Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Aphrodite, aka Madam Suave. If you are new here, I would like to welcome you to the community. Be sure to check the description box below and like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. Remember that energy is timeless and fluid. This could be past, present, or future energy. Flip roles if they need to be reversed, and only take what resonates, leaving the rest for who it is meant for. So I do have a very brief message for you guys today, at least I'm thinking so, and it is going to be an audio only message. However, the image that I put up as the still photo for this message is very significant. Okay, you guys may remember that message, and like I said, I always do things intuitively, but sometimes I do not understand the full reasoning behind it until the nick of time. Okay, until the nick of time. Because I realized yesterday, I said how I had mentioned before that sometimes the problem is that you talk too much and don't listen, okay? Don't actually take the time to listen. And ironically, it hadn't yet dawned on me that this is the exact message that I set that in, okay? So the photo is from that message, all right? So I'm not yet sure what the title of the message is going to be yet. However, we're going to go ahead and see what the energy is calling you to focus on, or what you have been focusing on, or what is in the energy today, okay? And I'm gonna try my best to take it slow, okay? I'm trying my best to take it slow. So right now, you are gaining understanding of your emotions through time and careful consideration. But this is not something that you are gaining understanding of simply through the process of thinking, but you are rather flowing through your emotions. So understanding that the initial response isn't always the correct or the proper response. So kind of what I was hearing is follow through, right? Actually having to kind of follow through and see your emotions through, rather than responding initially to, how you feel. But it is kind of allowing that feeling to settle is the best way that I can put it, right? It's like allowing the dust to settle, allowing things to actually calm down before you can actually gain a better understanding. Okay, so this could also be clarity through breath. Okay, maybe some of you guys are working on breathing, okay, breathing properly, or kind of just like I said, learning how to control your emotions, okay, but also releasing hidden emotions that may control you as a result of trying to conceal or store, okay, because today is the 31st, okay, which is 4, so that is not only is that Cancerian energy, but it is also Mars energy, okay. And so you need somewhere, you need an outlet for those emotions, otherwise you kind of self-implode, okay. Getting things off of your chest to avoid self-imploding. So you could be someone who you process alone most times, when what you really need is an outlet, okay. So this could be something that is like outside of your comfort zone, or you are someone who is just always strong, or you are constantly the safe haven for others but aren't used to having that in return. Or you could be someone who you just choose not to confide in others, though it may be available to you, okay. Though you may have other people who are available and readily available to kind of be a listening ear, someone for you to confide in. Or maybe for some of you, you haven't had people around you who you felt like you could really trust either, so that could be a reasoning, okay. Or also this could just be something personal, okay. So like I said, take it how it resonates for you. But kind of shifting out of that energy, okay, because I'm feeling like this is something that you guys have completed. This is something that you guys are beginning to understand, okay. This is something, it's more so something that you are moving away from and out of. So you have a lot of love to give, and there is someone who wants to give you that love in return, okay. It's like there's someone who, it's kind of learning that you don't have to take on everything alone. You don't have to deal with everything alone, right? And so it's kind of like someone who kind of wants to, I don't want to say kind of alleviate some of that stress, but I mean, well, we can say that, I guess we can say that. Like, I'm so okay, the fact that I'm trying to like kind of tiptoe around this tells me that a lot of you feel like your emotions are burdensome to others, okay. Is kind of what I'm getting. Like, you feel like opening up is going to be burdensome for others, or you are constantly kind of thinking about not bringing more stress to someone else's life. So this could be something that yeah, so this would be something that you are kind of learning, like, as long as someone has the emotional capacity to be there for you, like, it's okay to open up. Like, if someone is literally offering, then like, the best way I can put it is like learning to accept help, comfort, advice, etc. You know what I mean? Just having somewhere for you also to kind of release, okay. It's the best way that I can put it, because I'm tiptoeing around this. So this tells me that you guys are just, it's not necessarily that you may not choose to confide in people, but you are very conscious of how you affect others, and you are someone who you focus a lot on the well-being of others, but may sometimes not necessarily sacrifice your own well-being. But it's like the same thing that you are for others, you are that for yourself. But sometimes, like I said, sometimes you need someone to like bounce ideas off of, because sometimes people have things that maybe you haven't thought of to say to you, okay, things that you may not have thought of. Or maybe it kind of just having someone else, it may kind of just clarify what you already know, okay? Much like this, okay? But they also may help you to see things, you know, from a different point of view, through a different lens, from a different perspective. They may reflect things back to you in a new light, helping you to see things in a new light. But also for some of you, maybe you put too much pressure on yourself, okay? Maybe that's also a thing that I'm getting, okay? Putting too much pressure on yourself, or like I said, taking on way more emotional responsibility than you need to. Things of that sort, okay? Maybe you are someone, you could be like not necessarily a very, very serious person, but I don't know how to explain it. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, you can just be someone who, it's like you feel things so deeply that maybe you feel that other people will feel it just as deeply, but may not necessarily feel it as deeply. Or so, like I said, this is kind of what I'm getting, is like almost being like hyper conscious, okay? Hyper conscious, especially of your own subconscious. So being hyper conscious of other subconscious, and you kind of not wanting to kind of weigh, like, you kind of not wanting to weigh on them. Like, I don't know how to better put that, okay? As I was saying, you have a lot of love to give. So this is impossible for you to hide, because it is your greatest superpower. It is healing, and you were imprisoning yourself by trying to contain it. So you just had to gain better discernment, okay? Because for some of you, you know, you were restricting your love because, you know, maybe there have been many times where you gave love and it just wasn't given in return, or things of that sort, okay? But you just had to gain better discernment, and now you can enjoy being you freely and openly, okay? Because now you know where to place your love, who to give your love to, so you can enjoy being you freely and openly, because you possess both the wisdom and the balance, okay? So it's like you know how to navigate these situations now. It's like you know when to pull back, you know when to give, you know when to, basically you just know what to do and when to do it, okay? So in regards to a love situation, or this doesn't necessarily have to be love, but you were holding yourself back from how you truly felt because of pessimistic thoughts or people, past misfortune, wasted love and passion, and failed relationships or opportunities. So none of these were failures, okay? Oftentimes, you know, we look at things not going our way and we think that they were failures, okay? None of these were failures. They were opportunities to learn, preparing you for everything that you asked for, okay? Especially in love, Remember, I was just saying how I was just talking about how you cannot defeat yourself being your same past self, right? So if you're wanting something new, if you're wanting something, especially like when it comes to love, okay? If you're wanting, you know, this perfect love, it's like you can't, you know, handle situations the same way that you have in the past, because it's not your past, okay? And it's going to be nothing like your past, and it's a healthy situation. So it's like you have to be, you know, in the process of healing, have healed a lot of the wounds that you may have experienced, because you don't want to bring that into something new, okay? The way that you feel emotion never changed, but you did restrict yourself from expressing them, or how openly and readily you do express them. You may have been, you know, kind of allowing time, dipping a toe in the water before fully submerging yourself, okay? It's like you were trying to balance yourself, but it may have shown up as mixed signals, or like you were conflicted. And so this was kind of overthinking, or maybe it felt like, you know, you were having some sort of indecision. It felt like, you know, maybe you couldn't make up your mind, or you were feeling kind of split or torn, or it came off as you were holding back, okay? That was something that could be felt. So obviously when you are overthinking, that means that your thoughts need somewhere to go, right? So they need to be put into action. And a lot of these things, you know, it means that you need to speak, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kind of just have to trust and speak. It's like I said before, it's like you have to know when not to speak, and then you also have to know when to speak, because sometimes overthinking, right? When we overthink, we think too much, and then you can miss opportunities, okay, because you don't speak up. So you could have been, you know, running all sorts of scenarios through your head, and this was kind of like tricking your own mind, okay? Running scenarios through your head of what ifs, okay? What ifs, that these could have all been, you know, fake scenarios. You were causing fear within your own self, okay? Causing fear within your own self, rather than, you know, kind of just, also sometimes this is not just speaking, but sometimes it's asking questions, asking clarifying questions, okay? Because you were kind of dipping your toe in the water but not fully submerging yourself. So maybe it's like, maybe you didn't want to say anything because you were unsure, but you know, always, you know, we can always ask clarifying questions, okay? We can always ask clarifying questions, and that'll help you to kind of, you know, build up to, you know, the things that you want to say, help you get clarification on what direction, you know, things are going in, etc. You are putting all these pieces together to find the best way to navigate, okay? Because too much pressure or control in one area is going to create imbalance and dysfunction in all of the other areas. Some of you, you were hiding what you wanted, okay? Like I said, you were hiding what you wanted because maybe you were unclear on something, you were unsure on something, and you kind of needed that clarity, but maybe you didn't want to ask for that clarity. Maybe you didn't want to feel like, you were being a bugaboo. Like, I don't know, okay? Take it how it resonates, okay? But you are gaining confidence in what you know and not concealing feelings, nor allowing yourself to be gaslit out of what you know, okay? So someone may have gaslighting tendencies. You may have dealt with someone who has gaslighting tendencies, but you are far beyond that level, okay? You are far beyond gaslighting. You know what gaslighting looks like, and you are someone, you are very, very solid. Like I said, you guys have a very, very evolved intuition, a very open third eye, okay? And you are, like I said, you guys have been working to heal the nervous system, okay? You are able to recognize these things, okay? You are able to recognize these things within yourself, and you are able to recognize the difference. Some additional messages before I close us out, okay? You may have someone who is going to be texting you soon. You also have someone who thinks you are really fine, okay? But also kind of a message that I was getting is you could be someone who, when people ask you, are you okay? You may constantly be like, oh, I'm fine, even though, you may not be fine, okay? Like, you just say, I'm fine, okay? But yes, someone is ready to put things into action. Lots of affirming or reaffirming. July or 4th of July could be significant, but also something is happening before Aries season is over. You may be having a baby girl. Congratulations. Oh my God, all the baby fever. I'm like, Lord, I see what you're doing for others. Okay, I see what you're doing. But yes, congratulations. You are also reshaping the way that you see and view yourself, the way that you speak about yourself, and something is coming full circle. I was hearing final act, okay? Show's over, folks. And with that being said, that is the end of this message. If you enjoyed this message, if you like my content, my energy, etc., if anything resonated for you, I do ask that you like, comment, share, and subscribe if you feel called to. And I'll see you guys on next time. I love you all. Bye.